Right then, I think we're live, and it is absolutely freezing today. I'd go as far as to say that it's cold enough to freeze the nuts off of a brass monkey. It is that cold today. So it's been a busy few weeks for me, particularly at the moment. Not so much in terms of creating things, but in terms of putting things in place. So some deep introspection, some research, and a lot of prep and planning kind of things going on. And if you're anything like me, when you've got stuff to do, you can get on and do it. It's easier to manage your time. It's easier to focus because you know the what, the why, the how, and you can just get on and do it. But when things get shaken up a little bit and there's a looser structure and there's not that level of rigidity, it's very easy to get in your head, which for me is okay. I like it in my head. I like being in my head. I like to think through things, to observe, to come up with different ideas, thoughts and things. But for many people, being alone with their thoughts and their feelings isn't a good place to be, which is why so many are struggling with the lockdowns and the isolations. It's not the being alone that they can't cope with. It's the fear of our own thoughts and our own feelings that really gets to us. I like being with my thoughts and my feelings. I've been able to get to a point where I can be the observer rather than the consumed, which is, it's amazing. It gives you so much insight and so much freedom. And it's, it's an enlightening place to be in. And for the times where I do get consumed, it happens occasionally, not all that often, but sometimes it does. I have the tools and the skills to move away from that. I have daily practices and things in place to use those tools and those skills to keep myself in a position where I can remain as the observer. One of those is the ECT, which you can get inside the Prosperity Pack if you just drop ECT in the comments, and I'll send you the link for that. But it's these tools and these skills that we can develop and put ourselves into a position where our thoughts and our feelings are no longer the enemy. They are not a scary place to be. And when we can do that, being alone is easy. And, it's actually a comforting thing to find that solitude and that silence in being alone and being able to observe our thoughts and our feelings without judgment or fear or taking any action, unless it's a decisive action that we have chosen. But anyway, I'm going off track. The point of today's episode is to emphasize the importance of putting yourself first when things get up in the air a little bit, when your routines have been disrupted and you're feeling a little bit out of sorts. It's very, very easy to just kind of get up in your head and to kind of lose the plot a little bit and to start having that internal panic and that internal chaos starts to erupt. And then when that happens, you become very much a time waster. You get nothing done and you just sit in your head panicking, and all the feelings come up, and then when you do take actions, they're hurried, they're not the best actions that you could take. So what we want to do is try and slow things down a little bit and inject a little bit of normality back in there. And we want to try and do that from a 4-dimensional perspective if we can. So every day we do something for our body, something for our mind, something for our emotions, and something for our soul. So we're creating a level of balance within ourselves amongst that potential chaos. So the things that you choose to do will be different for everybody, but I'd urge you to figure out what those are. So you can do this really simply. If you get a piece of paper and a pen and you divide it into 4, okay, so you've got a little quadrant, and you label it body, mind, heart, soul, and you can list out the activities that you would enjoy doing in order to enhance that area, to make you feel good in that area. So in the body, it could be, go for a run. It could be sit down and drink a cup of tea. It could be dance. It could be do some yoga. It could be lift weights, whatever it is that makes you feel good in your body. Doesn't matter what it is. Everybody's will be different. And then you can go across to mind. What's going to make you feel good in your mind? Is it journaling? Is it a particular style of meditation? Is it just reading for a bit? Maybe it's even watching a film and getting lost in something. Maybe it's, listening to music, playing music, whatever it is, something that makes you feel good in your mind. And then we can drop into emotions. What are things that make you feel emotionally good? Is it being with a particular person? Is it using, a heart-based style of meditation? Is it practicing gratitude and appreciation? Is it expressing yourself in some way? Whatever it is. And then, of course, into soul. What are the things that feed your soul? Doing nice things for other people, doing nice things for yourself, just things that help create that inner calm. So you can list these out, just list out these activities that you enjoy or you think you would enjoy, and things that will actively enhance that area. And then just narrow it down to one for each, highlight one, and then just go and do it. Every day for a week, go and do it. 4 actions, one from each area, and see what happens. It's so simple, but it's a way of taking back command of yourself in the face of uncertainty. Because when you feel good, you will make better decisions, and then you will take better actions. And when that happens, things get better. But when you feel crappy, you think crappy, and you take crappy actions, and then the results are always crappy, and then crappy results, crappy life, It's like I always say, feelings first. So when things are up in the air, consider what you can do to create a 4-dimensional feel-good factor. So one of those, things could be that ECT that we talked about. Anything else you get in that free pack, that'll help you with the heart section and the emotions section tremendously, and it'll help you with the mind section. Or it could be something else, a different skill, a different practice that you've already cultivated and makes you feel good. But you're giving yourself a choice. And you're giving yourself freedom to do something for you. And, that's going to put you in a better position. And when you're in a better position, you can feel, think, and act better. And that's all any of us can ever try to do, okay? At the end of the day, it's the ones who feel better who do better. So give it a go. Journal it out. Figure out your 4 dimensions. Make your selections, one activity in each area, and then just implement them daily. Keep it simple though, start small. It doesn't have to be anything life-altering or drastic, and just implement them for a week and see how you go with it. And then let me know in the comments, or you can shoot me a message what you decide to do, what you've implemented, how it's made you feel, and what you've kind of found from doing this. Treat it as an experiment, a little exercise in what you can do to feel better every day. So give it a go. And just let me know how you get on. And I'll be back next week.